What's up guys, I'm Fez and welcome to my new house in LA. I know I haven't really uploaded any videos in quite a while now, but here I am back again. I have a lot of explaining to do, a lot of catching up to do, so that's what this video is going to be all about. I just moved to LA from Chicago. That's where I grew up all my life, and it's honestly been a dream of mine as a 15-year-old kid sitting in a suburban high school to move out to LA, because that's where everyone does big things, everyone's making a lot of money, there's sunshine 24/7. So that's why I'm here, and this video is going to be explaining a lot about what I did to reach this point, from literally manifesting that goal as a 15-year-old to now, you know, in just a very short amount of time, 3 years. Let's talk about it. I'm excited for you guys to hear my story. Let's get into it. Alright, so I'm going to be breaking down this video into 3 or 4 different segments just to make it easier for you guys to follow along and for me as well. So the first segment that we're going to talk about is my early life whenever I first got into school and fucking hated it, and then how I started to learn how to make money online, and then how I ended up dropping out of school to move into the Hollywood Hills. And everything is going to tie together right at the end, so make sure you watch until the end. It's going to be a pretty interesting story. So right from the moment I went to preschool, I remember this precisely even though my memory is pretty faded. I went into my preschool class, and right as soon as I stepped foot, I was begging my mom to take me out of class like immediately. I hated school right from the start, so that's where my anti-school mindset began very, very early on. So throughout my school years, I was just getting very good grades, making my parents satisfied even though I hated it myself, and I knew as a kid that I was not going to be in school. I did not want to pursue school or any sort of an education, but I was just going, hated it. And then I got into 8th grade, and this is whenever everything changed. So I actually began app development, and this is my first step in towards entrepreneurship, and making those apps was a very good foundation because I learned a lot about design and, you know, coding and making ideas and basically turning these ideas into real life products that people end up buying. So that's something that I do now with e-commerce and dropshipping. So that was pretty good. Didn't make that much money off of it, but a lot of people knew me as the app kid, so I got a lot of recognition. It was a very good point in my life. Then I went into high school, and when I got into high school, I had the ambitions of going to college and doing those things. So right from freshman year, I was in all these honors classes, AP classes, all that good shit. Even though I didn't really care about it, all I knew is that I just wanted to go to college to make my parents happy. And then some things happened in my life where I realized that I don't need school. I fucking hated it. It just seemed like overnight I was like, fuck it. I think I actually saw a video by Kriya Tyler and also Justin Escalona, because those videos really inspired me to pursue something that I actually wanted to do of my own instead of following some cookie cutter mindset. It's just kind of doing your own thing. I watched those videos, got very, very inspired, and I saw that both of these guys had made clothing brands, and I was thinking to myself, what's a business that I could start that does not really require too much money up front and I can make a lot of money off of it just using social media. So fun fact, I've never actually worked a regular job in my life. I don't know if I ever will, probably won't need to because of that e-com money. I ended up making my first clothing brand when I was 15 years old or 16 years old. It was called Paradise Ave. Very, very simple brand. It had like a palm tree logo. It just represented something that I was actually passionate about. So I ended up launching that brand. Didn't make too much money off of it, but I learned so much about selling a product and building a brand that people actually enjoy. And this is very, very important because still to this day, I use those same techniques that I learned way back when to implement into my dropshipping and e-commerce brands. And I feel like that's a reason why I'm very successful today. So clothing brand didn't make that much money. Again, that was called Paradise Ave. It was a very good point in my life, and I learned a lot about business through that and got very recognized with that as well. So The summer of 2017, I think, is when my life really changed, because that's when I was introduced to Shopify dropshipping. And for those of you who don't know, Shopify dropshipping is a business model that you basically sell a product online that you never have to hold inventory of, and your supplier just ships it out. All you have to do is create advertisements and do the marketing aspect of it, also paying for fulfillment, customer service. There's a bunch of different stuff that goes into it. If you want to learn more about that, check the link in the description down below. I have a dropshipping course on how I built a brand that made $700,000 in just 3 months. So dropshipping was a very big part of my early life, and that's why I was able to actually finish high school early. I ended up making, I think, maybe $100,000 my first year with dropshipping. My first ever store was just some random free plus shipping garbage that ended up not even making that much money. I had my first $10,000 day when I was 16 years old, I think, and this was Black Friday, I believe, like 2-3 years ago. So I've been doing this for quite a while now. So basically my first 3 months in e-commerce / dropshipping, I didn't make that much money, but I was getting progress. And once I mastered Facebook ads and kind of the act of branding, that's whenever my life completely changed and I was able to make as much money as I wanted to. So as a junior in high school, I think I was making about $40,000 to $50,000 a month. And I think it was around February of 2018 that I realized that school literally just was not for me and I would not pursue it at all. And then I told my counselor, I told my parents, look, I cannot be doing this any longer. I don't want to have a senior year. My counselor put together a plan that allowed me to basically leave school early. So I took extra classes and was able to graduate as a junior, which is amazing. Fun fact, I didn't even go to my high school graduation. I was just chilling in Hawaii. So with all my dropshipping knowledge and everything that I have learned in the past 2 years, I built up a pretty big brand back in March of 2019. And this is with someone that I used to be friends with. No longer run my brand with them, but anyways, that's a completely different story. We launched that brand, and in the first 3 months, we generated $700,000 in revenue with about $200,000 in ad spend. Make quite a killing off that store, and what I ended up doing was I took the summer off and I just wanted to gather my thoughts and figure out what next big brand I would make. So I ended up launching a brand on my own, and in the first month that we launched, I did 7 figures. So all the stuff that I've learned in the past has been very much applied to stuff that I do now. The brand that I built allowed me to move into the Hollywood Hills because I ended up making a lot of money and everything just kind of lined up. I live with Scott Hilsa, Mikey Cass, Sebas Bedoya, and we all split this house, and our rent is not that expensive. I ended up just moving here because this is something I've always wanted to do, and I figured now was the perfect time. So LA is probably one of the most perfect places to live for an entrepreneur because there's literally every single thing that you need, from, you know, infinity pools to big garages, amazing views. It's just all for branding. I could literally live in a single apartment by myself, but that wouldn't be fun. I like to be surrounded by people that push me to go to the next level, and vice versa. It's just very good vibes here, and that's why I fucking love it. Also, one more thing that I'm doing in LA is I'm actually working on a very big CBD brand that I think is going to take over the market very, very soon. So I will be documenting all of that on this channel, so make sure you subscribe for that because I'm honestly very excited. I don't see anyone else documenting anything like this, and I know for a fact mine will be a big 7-figure brand in 2020. So make sure you watch out for that. I'm loving my life in LA. Hopefully I'm going to be doing a meetup here very, very soon, maybe even at the house, do a little mastermind event. But anyways, I'm going to wrap up the video now. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like it, comment down below one of your goals for 2020 because I want to see what you guys have to say, because this was one of my goals. I accomplished it. Now let's see what you have to say. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.